Welcome you all to this webinar on student success empowerment. I appreciate you all for attending this webinar. The very fact that you are attending this webinar reflects the commitment you have towards the success of your son or daughter. I am Suren, life and youth success coach. I have been practicing as a youth coach for the last 15 years and I have done an intense research on the student psychology and how to empower them for success. And I have also authored a book by title Garden of Life. Time is very precious. I value your time. Let me give you an assurance. Trust me, that decision that you're going to take towards the end of this webinar will play a very significant role in the success of your child. Student success empowerment. Whenever I say student success empowerment, immediately the first thing that comes to the mind is making them to secure high marks in the exams, the board exams, and getting them an admission in a prestigious universities or clearing examinations like the NEET, the JEE and things like that. Is that the only success we are all talking about? And when I say that's not the success we are talking about, success has got to go beyond that. Success is they have to learn a lot of things. What is it they have to learn? They have to learn about life. What is life made up of? How do you handle relationships in your life? How do you handle success in your life? How do you handle career? How do you handle time? How do you handle wealth? How do you handle spirituality? How do you take care of your physical health? How do you take care of your mental health? All these things. But then they say, no, that and all has got a time of its own. You know what Martin Luther King said? He said, the time is always right to do the right thing. Not only that, it's always good to do the right thing, and doing the right thing in the right order will save a lot of money, time and energy. Now this is evident from the fact the personal development market size was valued to be around $38.28 billion in the year 2019 and is expected to be growing at a rate of compound 5%, and it's expected to grow till 2027. Now, why is this all of a sudden boom for this personal development sector? It's because people have got the realization. People have started realizing they are losing something in life. They are missing something in life. They have started to go in search of something which they have lost. It is not only money. Normally when we say success, we always say that success has got to do with only making money or getting fame. If it's got to do only with money and fame, why do we come across so many successful people, those who are made huge amount and they have got a heavy popularity? Why is it they commit suicide? Because they look out for something which they are missing, which means they are not successful. We got to empower our students this success right from the formative years. The 8 years to 16 years of age is the learning phase for the students. It's not mere academics what they have to learn. They have to learn about life. They have to learn about what is life, how to have a successful life. Success, when we say success, there are two parameters that we need to take into consideration. One is you got to be a winner, we got to be an outer winner, we have to be an inner winner. Now how we make an outer winner, how we become an inner winner is what is the student's success empowerment. Why we insist that age from 8 to 16 years of age is of primary concern when it comes to success empowerment is because look into this quadrant. Now all the people can fit into this quadrant based upon their performance and their mind setup. If you plot in a graph on the level of performance on the x-axis and the mindset on the y-axis, people those who have a very low performance and people those who have a low mind setup, they fall under the category which we call as the followers. They don't do anything of their own. They just follow what the others have done it. They'll do the work. They don't have a high mindset of to achieve anything. They just lead a life. all, just because all are going to work, these people also will go to the work. All are earning some money, okay, let me also have to earn some money to take care of my bills, let me go for work. This is the mindset of these people. Now, the next category of people is where the performance is very good. Whatever work is given to them, they will finish it on time. They are perfectionists. They do it accurately on very nil. But their mindset is not there. They don't have a high mindset. They think they beyond that certain limitations, they don't go. They don't think out of the box. They go like that. In fact, this can be very evident from the fact or usually the thing what we discuss. We come across people those who have not done a very good in education, but wealth wise they have made a lot of money. We used to compare this. He has not studied that much, but how come he is making so much of money? This is where it comes. People those who have done extraordinarily well in the academics, yes, performance, they are performers, they are performed. They don't have the high mindset of what to do with that. They are content with, they have their own limitation. They don't think out of the box. On the other hand, these are some people who think big and go and achieve. Now the next quadrant is where your performance is low, but your dreams are very high. Your mind setup is very high. You think in terms of billions, you think in terms of making it big, lavish, everything. You have high thing. But whatever your high mind setup you have to perform accordingly. These people are not able to do it. The performance is less. These people, they become dreamers. The fourth quadrant is where you have people who perform extraordinarily well and people, those who have a high mind setup. They think out of the box, they look out for opportunities where all it is possible, and whatever work they have, they do it with utmost interest and perfection, and they keep on developing their skills. Now, at one point of their lifetime, people in other quadrants will always want to get into this quadrant of this achiever. When they realize that they want to get into the quadrant of achiever, right, whether they are from a follower or from a producer or from a dreamer, they are not able to do it. We all fall into this category. Everybody in one point of their lifetime, they all feel like they want to get into this quadrant of the achiever. But what stops them is their mind is already conditioned. When the mind is already conditioned, they are not able to do it. This is very evident from the fact we have come across the term New Year resolutions are always to be or always meant to be broken. Why this happens? We all know that people, those who take into any sort of a resolution, they are not able to continue it for over a period of more than 3 or 6 months. Why? The very fact they enroll, they make a decision or they take a resolution is they want to get into this quadrant of achiever, but they are not able to do it. Why they are not able to do it? Is because something is stopping them from going from this quadrant to that quadrant. Now, this is the biggest challenge we have with all the personal development programs which is being conducted throughout the world. The success rate is very, very minimal, only around 5% you can say. Others, they go attend n number of seminars, they attend n number of programs, they attend everything, they'll do it. It's for a moment, it's like an intoxication. They'll get that influence of that motivation, everything will be there, but it will not be there for a very long time. It will subside on its own because it's not the learning phase. They have crossed that learning phase. The learning phase is from 8 to 16 years. So that's why I say the 8 to 16 years is the right premium ripe age to empower our students for success. Now getting back to the question of success. So what is the real success we are talking about? Success on a materialistic term is defined as a progressive realization of a desired goal. When we say a progressive realization of a desired goal, it means whatever the person wanted to do, if he is able to do it, that is success. If a person wanted to be a musician, if he is able to progress in that particular thing, he is success. If a person wants to work out in a bank, he is working in a bank, it is a success for him. If a person wants to be a doctor and he is practicing as a doctor, it is a success for him. But in realistic terms, what is success? Success means it's a fulfillment. It is a complete round, a fulfillment. When do you get a fulfillment? When you get a complete circle, you get a fulfillment. When you say a circle, life has got to be balanced with the 7 parameters. When you balance the 7 parameters of life, you get a fulfillment. And when you get a fulfillment, you get a complete circle. And when you get a complete circle, your life keeps rolling, it keeps going, it keeps moving, it keeps going forward, forward, forward. And when its life is on forward, that is success. What are all the 7 parameters? Health. Your physical health is of utmost importance. Second, your mental health. How stable are you? What is your mind power? How are you handling negativities in life? What are your beliefs? Are you having empowering beliefs or are you having disempowering beliefs? What does your mind talks about success? Are you able to remain focused on something? All these on mental side. Your relationships. How is your relationship with your father, your mother, your spouse, children, the society, the place where we live in, your co-workers, all this. Relationships. Next, on time. How do you manage time? Time management is not confined only to do with regular time management. It's to do with what you do at what time. When you are doing what you're supposed to do, at what time you're supposed to do it. Doing the right things at the right time. All this. Career. Do you have a well-defined career graph for you? How you are going to progress in the graph? What is your goal? Why people are not able to fix up a goal? Why people are not able to achieve that goal? All those things. Spirituality. Spirituality is different from religious. Spirituality is a different paradigm. When we understand what is spirituality, we give a lot of different meaning to life, which will give you a contentment, which will give you a satisfaction, which will give you an enlightenment, where you will learn to live in abundance irrespective of the amount of wealth what is there in your hand. Or in other words, you will live a life of rich even when you don't have money in your hand, when spirituality is there. Next, managing wealth. How do you manage wealth? What are all the steps you take for earning money? What are all the steps you take for restoring that money? What are all the steps you take for investing that money? Everything. Now, all these things, which education system is teaching you all these things? When are we learning all these things? No education system teaches you all these things. Your schooling covers only the academics. But what about this life psychology? What about this life parameters? It's never covered. You look into the present system. What is that education we are having, the present education? During the 8 to 16 years, where all we empower them, or what are the things we give it to them? We give them the school academics, yes. Then what we give them? We give them the special preparation when it comes to competitive exams. We start right from a very young age. We start them preparing for the NEET exams or the JEE exams we give them. Then if at all some sports activity is happening, immediately we want them to turn out be a sports star immediately. Overnight we want them to be a sports star. We put them in the sports. Next, we put them for arts class or dance, music, any sort of new instrumental or singing, dance, anything. Or we put them in some trending classes. All of it, on and off, some trending classes keeps on coming. Suddenly they say coding. When are they going to do the coding? There is a time for it. We don't look into it. Immediately we want to put it them. Come on, today itself you get into coding and tomorrow you have to become Sundar Pichai. Now it's not really coding. Like that, many things come, trending courses. And What are all the threats you have currently? You are putting them, fine. But what are all the steps we are taking to empower them to fight against the challenges that's there in the society? How are they going to learn to fight these challenges? What sort of challenges? Mental challenges, fear. How are they going to conquer the fear? How are they going to conquer the confidence, losing the self-confidence? How are they going to conquer confidence? How are they going to gain that confidence? How are they going to get leadership skills? What are we doing for them to empower the leadership skills? What is their focus? What is their concentration? Next, what the other challenges? Social media challenges today. WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, enough. Then you also have this TikTok, all these things. Which are all the things to take away their time? Tell me honestly, dear parents, how many of the kids are leading the life of the kids? They are not leading the life of kids. They are surrounded by adults. Their thinking is with of the adults. They are thinking of what is required for that particular age. Are we able to cater to that? We are not catering it. It's gone. The social evil things definitely which comes to them, exposure to drugs, drinks, smoking. How are we going to protect them? Pornography. We can't always keep an eye on them about pornography or any of the negative things. Trending negatives, on and off, some trending negatives are coming. Online games, online gambling, easy money making tips, so many things that comes to them. These are all distractions. Above all, they have their own adolescent issues. With these challenges, how are they going to achieve their goal? How are we going to contribute towards their success? How are we going to do it? We have realized this is the current education system. These are all the current strength. From these two things, if they have to achieve something, then they have to equip with something. They need a protection around them which will safeguard from all these negative barriers whichever is coming to them, and they have to achieve the success. There is a very big gap. How are we going to fill this gap? The only thing that can fill this particular gap is the life mastery skills. The life mastery skills, it works on the principle of your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. We all have two minds, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Whatever has happened in our life, right from the formative years, early years, everything it gets registered in the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is only one part of the whole mind. The balance 7 part of it is the subconscious mind. It's like an iceberg. The conscious mind is only one part, the subconscious mind is the balance part, which is not visible. We are all the products of environment and experience and the event. For every event, whichever thing happens in our life, we will react or respond. Our reaction or response will be done based on the reference we take from the previous experience, and that experience will come from the environment from where we have come. So what happens is, when your environment or experience and all these things has been negative, you tend to react, and whenever you react, the outcome is going to be in a negative. On the other hand, in life mastery skills, what we will do is, we will replace or we will reframe it, we will reprogram that particular negatives whichever is stored in the subconscious mind to a positive. What are all the disempowering beliefs, disempowering thoughts, disempowering actions whichever has got registered in the subconscious mind will be patterned to make it into a positive, to make it into an empowering ones. Now, you don't have to get panic. You don't have to immediately start wondering, what is this? Are we going to do something very scientific? Yes, it is scientific, but it's not a complicated thing. This is not something new also. We have thought about this, we have read about this, we have experienced this n number of times. What is the power of our subconscious mind? The subconscious mind is like a fertile soil. Now, in this fertile soil, whatever seeds you sow, you reap it, you harvest it. You sow a good seed, means a good thought, you get a good habit, you get a good character, you get a good feature, you get a good trait. When you sow a negative seed, you get a negative plant, you get a negative seed, you get a negative character, a negative trait. So the subconscious mind is ready to take everything. Now, as of now, if you take, what happens is, in this life master skills, what are we going to do is, what are all the negative things which is there, we are going to remove it like the weeds. Now, once we have removed it, then you have a soil. Now, for growing a plant, what all is required? You require a good sunlight, you require a good soil, you require good water. These are all the things we are going to put into it. And once we are put into it, we got to give with good thoughts, good seeds we got to put into it. When we put good seeds, it will come into a new plant, which means a new character, and new things will come out. Now, once these things come, these things will see to it that it forms as a natural warriors. These natural warriors, what it does is, anytime any negative comes into it, the natural warriors will immediately go and fight against the natures. That means what? As I said, conscious mind, your subconscious mind. Now, your conscious mind is exposed to outer things. What are all your outer things? Your outer things, you get the information either by your eyes or the ear or the nose or the touch or by your feel. Right. Now, when you get all these things, whatever comes inside, your subconscious mind immediately, it will filter it and it will look into it. Whatever is coming, is it good or is it bad? Is it something that we need to accept or we need not accept it? If it needs to be accepted, they will nourish it, they will take it. If it need not be accepted, it will push it, it will send them, it will fight and it will destroy them. This is a mechanism. Right? This is what we are going to do in the life mastery skills. I'm not able to give you a complete in-depth understanding of this, but this is the only solution how we can empower the students for success. So, getting back to this, talking about the event, the environment and your reaction or the response will give the result of your outcome. Whichever situation you are put in life, events, any event it comes to your life, you don't have a choice. Do you have any choice on the event which comes to your life? You don't have any choice. Event will come. Now, what you are going to do in that particular event? Are you going to react or are you going to respond? Based upon your reaction or based upon your response, your outcome is going to be there. You can take it into any example. You get into a fight with somebody, that's an event. You bang on somebody, you're driving your car, you bang on somebody, the person immediately, it's an event. Now, there you want to amicably solve it or you want to make it into a big rift, it's with your response or the reaction. Now, amicably you solve, what is going to be your outcome, or you want to make it into a reaction, you want to get into the fight with them, then you know what is going to be the outcome. This is applicable in all the ways, all the different experience in our life. Now, how we are structured this particular course in the life mastery or the student success empowerment is, we have the silver level, gold level and the diamond level. The silver level is called as the student success blueprint. and the gold level is called as the student success system, and the diamond level is called as the student life mastery. The student success blueprint is a 3 days program. On day 1, we will cover the 3 foundations for success. For any success, you require a strong foundation. If your foundations are strong, nobody can snatch the success from you. So, 3 foundation success is covered on day 1. And on day 2, we cover the 3 principles for success, the principles on which any success depends on is covered in this. And on day 3, you have the 3 systems for success. People can fail, but systems cannot fail. So you get a foolproof 3 systems for success. And as a bonus, you get a foot conditioning, yoga, and pranayama in this. Student success system. It's a 3 months program. Now it's a any new change to get into a practice for a transformation, you require this particular period. What you get in this course is you get to know how to balance the 7 components of life. You get to know the subconscious mind programming, how to mind program your subconscious mind. Then you get the 12 principles of life mastery. In addition to this, you get a bonus of the foot conditioning, yoga, and pranayama. And this is a personal guided program. The 3 months program is a personal guided program. The third thing, the student life mastery, it's for a complete 1 whole year. A course duration is 12 months in this. You get a complete transformation. If somebody can undergo this course, it means that they don't have to invest in any of the course in the future. Their life is guaranteed to be successful. They will be the best personality you can ever come across in your lifetime. They learn the balance, the 7 components of life. They also learn the subconscious mind programming, and they learn 24 principles for life mastery. And this is also a personal guided program. Now, this special rate is only for people those are attending this webinar. In fact, we want to give this course as a free course because we want each and every student to be empowered with this. It is not really empowering the students, it is empowering the society. And the society is empowered, the country is empowered. When the country is empowered, the whole continent is empowered. When the continent is empowered, the whole world is empowered. When the whole world is empowered, people will lead a very happy life. We will give a world which will be free of hatred. It will be only a world of love. People will learn to appreciate others' success. There will be no jealousy in it. So we want to make it to be a free program, but anything which is given free does not have value, and hence we are charging this. So thank you once again for taking part into this webinar. All the best.